Congratulations, and thank you for sitting down to talk to us.
Thank you.
Tell us about yourself, your occupation, and your home life.
My name is David FitzSimmons, and I live in Albertville, and home to the beautiful outlet mall that we have there, and it's a fantastic economic driver in our area. I work with my family's business that my grandfather started in agriculture, and we do uh, crop management, feed mills, hog facilities, and things that we own and operate, and I work with them on special projects and expansions and new facilities. And I have one son. He is just turned 15 on Monday, last Monday, and day before the election. His birthday's always around election day, so every 2 years since I've been involved in politics, it's a little tough to squeeze that in, but we make it work. And he goes to St. Michael Albertville High School and plays football there, and is in wrestling. That's going to start next week. And he likes weightlifting. He was really proud. He was the 10th highest weightlifter in the high school, and he's just in ninth grade. So,
What do you see as the major issues facing your district, and how do you want to make a difference?
well, there's some very key issues in my district. One is transportation. The I-94 corridor, I think, has been in comparison to its importance, I think has been neglected to some extent. It only goes out 3 lanes to Rogers and then ends, and it's one of the most consistent traffic jams in the state is a stretch just northwest of Rogers. In addition to all the commuter traffic, it's been one of the highest growth areas in the southeast Sherburne and northeast Wright County. Has been one of the highest growth areas in the last 2 decades, and the transportation infrastructure is not kept up. You add to that the vacation traffic that goes in and out on every Friday and Sunday evening, but Fridays are especially the problem because you have the overlap of the commuter and the vacation traffic. And then the boom in North Dakota has only put more pressure on that. It's sent there's houses go by my window almost every day, prefab and things like that. So there's a lot of traffic with the booming Dakota. So I think it's the one place I think that should be on the top of the list, and not just because it's in my district. I think all MnDOT numbers I've seen has shown it as one of the consistently highest congestion, and it's a major economic driver between St. Cloud and the Twin Cities Metro, and so that's one of the big things. And education funding is very big. I think as we've moved away from baseline per pupil education into a multiplicity of categories that have become a very high percentage of the funding. If your school district doesn't fall into a lot of the specialty categories, your share of the education funding has dropped quite a bit, and that's, I think, reached a tipping point in a lot of districts, and really we've set up a system of some districts benefiting from that a great deal in some districts, such as mine, St. Michael Albertville, and the Rogers and Elk River and Buffalo Hanover are some of the lowest end on that without having a lot of special category funding.
What do you think your greatest qualification for being a lawmaker is?
I think real life experience for one thing. I've always worked in the private sector and worked in my family business, and it's something that you find that nobody guarantees that it's successful. You have to find a way to make it work yourself, and we've weathered a lot of storms and been able to expand when times are good and hold on when the waves of downturn come, and I think that's something that teaches you that the economic inhibitors that go on can be very damaging.
If you could offer up the first bill of the legislative session, what would that bill consist of?
I believe that one of the most important thing would be some regulatory reform. There's a lot of the ways that that things are set up with a permitting process. I believe can be done in less time, and you can have the same protections, but you can allow things to happen concurrently that don't stall things out for so long. Because when we have things that take a year and a half that should take 6 months, or take 2 years that that should take a year, that's a lot of lost economic activity that goes on, and that's one of the biggest things you hear back from businesses when they're making decisions whether to start up or expand in Minnesota versus in other state. Because once a business makes a decision that they want to do something, uh, they want to do that as soon as possible. And when they know that in Minnesota it's going to take twice as long, that's something that's uh, causes them to choose to do something in another state, and we want them to do business here.
What was the last book you read in its entirety?
The last book I read in its entirety. Well, I'm an avid reader. I read a lot of history and things like that. And um, it's been probably 6 months because I got busy with the campaign. But actually, the last one was a book called Commonwealth of Thieves, which was a history of Australia and its founding. So it was a very interesting look on a country that has a lot of similarities to the United States, but also a lot of differences, in seeing some of the genesis of those differences, and how they were founded versus the United States, and to then compare their modern incarnations, and how those early things maybe affected their current outlook on the world.
Thank you for sitting down and letting us interview you.
Thank you very much for interviewing me.